Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have Ms. Purnima Khandelwal, CEO of I&I Farms, here with us. Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Urvi. Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. Ma'am, cutting the long talk short, as they say, let's just start off with the questions. What would you say was the impact of COVID-19 on the horticulture industry, given that I&I Farms is heavily invested in that vertical?
Sure. So, Urvi, the lockdown got announced around the same time last year. And, we are in the peak of our export season, which is not just pomegranates and bananas, but also fruits like grapes, which forms a very large part of the export out of India. So when this happened last year around the same time, it completely took everyone by surprise. And we were sitting right in the middle of our peak season. And there were supply chain disruptions which were not just around India but across the world. We had a lot of issues at the farm level itself because there was a lot of fruit on the tree waiting to be harvested. So there was an issue that we had to deal with our farmers. We supported them in the best possible manner, but the supply chain was completely disrupted. There was a stoppage of movement at the port for a few days, and then of course it kind of resumed after about 7-10 days. But I'm in massive loss of business, I would say, that we saw at that point in time when the lockdown happened. But I would say in about, Urvi, between, I would say, 15 to 21 days, we were able to slowly and gradually get back on our feet.
Ma'am, I read that you are the first company that has got into the horticulture space, so to say, and you are also a lady CEO. So given the novelty of this space and given how it has been dominated by men so far, what were the challenges that you faced as a lady, and how did you get people to take you seriously? So, ma'am, I read that you are one of the first companies in the horticulture vertical, and on top of that, you are a lady CEO. What were the challenges that you faced as a woman entrepreneur in this vertical?
Yeah, Urvi. So, we talk about women leadership anyway in a more generic sense, and given the idiosyncrasies and nuances of agriculture itself, which is so very male dominated, it's been an interesting experience. Society has its own way of looking at women, especially in this sector in a leadership role, right? So I've had my own share of the way people have looked at me in different conversations, the way, they would probably speak to my junior but not look at me and complete the conversation, or a customer who would, not get into a negotiation directly with me, but probably communicate through an email. So there are lots of things which are related to the way men, interact with women, and more so in leadership positions where, you are sitting in a position of authority. So I have had my share of these experiences, but I think it's all about your, how competent you are when you're in that chair. And over a period of time, people do realize that the person on the other side is there because of sheer competence, right? So they start taking you seriously. So that's been my learning. And the other thing is confidence. So with these situations that you go through, you can't lose your confidence. You have to say, no, I have to fight it out. I can't let it go. So that's how it's been for me. And it's changing. I think, every year, I think that the perception that men have towards women is undergoing a change.
Yes, ma'am. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we talk about I&I Farms and their product Kimai, it also has a motto of safe food brand in India. What brought about this idea?
Yeah, so Urvi, I'll take you back to 2009 when we started I&I Farms, right? And I was a mother of a 2-year-old child at that point in time. And I realized that, food we eat was really questionable as to whether we are giving our kids the right nutrition. There was so much of talk around pesticides, chemicals, and that's where when we looked at the fruit space and we decided to have a play in this space, I was very, very clear that we have to solve this problem of, the right level of pesticides, chemicals in our food, because that has to do fundamentally with what we are eating, right? And with cancer and all the diseases that we're talking about these days, the fruit that we eat is very, very core to our diet. So when we got into this, we said that with our farmers, we need to work on producing safe food. Now, when we say safe food, what does it mean? It means that the chemicals and the pesticides that we are using are as per the global good agriculture practice standard. So we are not an organic brand, but what we are making our farmers grow is food to the world standards, which means not only safe for human consumption, but also safe for the environment. Right. So that has been the core of brand Kimai, and it took birth basically at the time that I did, with a core promise that we have to ensure that we provide our consumers the right fruit to eat, which is not just in nutrition but also in terms of pesticides and chemicals.
Farm has been a topic in news for a very long time now, a couple of 6-7 months, I would say. When we talk about farmers you are associated with, what are the advantages they have as against, say, going to a regular APMC mandi?
So one, Urvi, we actually handhold farmers, especially in case of banana, through international growing practices. So we tell them what are the kind of interventions that they need to make on their field to get a product which can command premium in the market, right? So our intervention is not just about buying from the farmer, but also supporting him with package of practices. In case of pomegranate, we assist them with certifications which can make their product, move to markets which are premium markets and can, fetch them a better realization. So that is where our intervention starts. And then, we buy practically all that the farmer grows at his field itself. Now, imagine the situation where the farmer has harvested his crop and he goes to a mandi. Then he's actually at the mercy of the commission agent in the mandi to give him whatever price that is prevailing on that day at that point in time, right? In this case, the farmer is still on his field, the fruit is still on the tree, and he can negotiate a better price with me. So that is a massive advantage that the farmer has when he's working with a company like I&I. Besides the fact that we are working with him on improving his quality, and added to that is the fact that we actually pay a premium to the farmer at the time of harvest, which is higher than the prevailing market price. So premium to the prevailing market price is our model of purchase. So I think very different, and really giving farmer the opportunity to maximize his value while the crop is on the field itself.
Okay, that's good to hear, ma'am. And before we let you go for the day, I would also like to ask you that being a veteran in this industry, in the horticulture and agriculture space, what advice would you give to the upcoming entrepreneurs in, say, the agri-tech space, which is spoken so much about these days?
Yeah, so it's a tough space. It's a space which has its own set of challenges, and one needs to be very, very cognizant of those challenges as one is getting into it. But I would say the most important one, which is not just for agri, but I would say entrepreneurship in general, is about perseverance. You have to be there through thick and thin of things. Agri is about being in rural India, which is not as glamorous as a lot of other things and startups that one could possibly pursue. So it's about a lot of grit. It's about a lot of hard work. And it's finally about a lot of perseverance.
Yes, ma'am. Roughing it out has no alternative solution, I would say.
Absolutely.
So thank you, ma'am, so much for your time, and I will take your leave for the day. And
thanks so much, Urvi. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Ma'am. All right. Good evening.